Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Yannick, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Yannick.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. So today, this afternoon, our coffee break, we're covering variation and consolidating inventory in SAP with Yannick Lagadec, who is a consultant with us. So Yannick, just a second here. I'm going to stop my screen share and I'm going to let you show us. There we go. Stop share. I'll let you share us yours.
It's coming.
There we go. All right.
Perfect.
I see your recipe. We're all good.
Okay, so good afternoon. So the it's pretty common that we are receiving some requests to help trying to find the reason why the inventory doesn't necessarily balance with the GL account. So in the inventory, for sure, the most reliable report that we have, it's the audit report. I think probably most of the customer they are used to extract or to see this report, the inventory audit report. It's the same report that you can get when you're inside an item. I didn't mention that this morning, but when you're inside the item, you have access to the same inventory audit report, except it focuses only on that specific item. So it's really sometimes interesting just to see the in and out of a specific item and try to understand quantities, cost, and whatever related to that item. But if we want to really focus or to try to understand why we don't have it doesn't balance, the overall inventory doesn't balance with my listing, for sure we'll go on the inventory module, inventory report, and run the inventory audit report for all the style together. So if I select, you see the posting date, it's really important to understand that the posting date, that's the one is related to my posting period. So if I want to do a conciliation between my GL and the inventory audit report, for sure it has to be, we have to select the posting date because the system date is, it's not under our control. It's the date of the system that, I can post the transaction like today, the 8th. It will be the system date, but I can post it in March if I want. So if I it's just logical that to select the system date when we want to try to reconcile with our GL. The date range here, it's really important also to understand this is the audit report. It's not just a report showing the outstanding balance, but this is to show also all the transactions related to each and every item. So wider is the range, longer it's going to take to the system to extract all the data, and even can freeze the system because it's too much information. So more I put here, more I will get detailed, but it will become a bit. It's going to take some time for the system to extract, and you will get anyway a message from SAP saying, okay, are you sure? Because it's going to take a while. So if it's only to see my outstanding balance, you can just put the today's date and not forget to display the opening balance without no transaction, because it's far possible that you see today I don't have any transaction, but I want to see what is the opening balance. So it's really important to select that box at the bottom to see at least what was at the just before today, what was the outstanding balance. We can extract it by item. It's going to give us, you see, a detail by item. For sure, to try to see why I'm out of balance with my GL. It could be quite hard to go over all the transaction. A lot of customers, they just extract as much transaction as they can, and they drop that, they copy that to Excel, and they try to figure that out. But it's not so easy to do. To drop that in Excel and then try to focus and try to find the reason why it doesn't balance, because it will drop only the transaction related to you see, a real inventory transaction. It ain't gonna do any if there's a journal entry, by example, won't show up. So so if I go by summarize by account, then I will get, you see, my outstanding balance. So then, okay, perfect. So I will see on the 135, I've got 4.867. So if I go here, I have 871. So I see there's a discrepancy. There's a variance between the two, doesn't balance. And I will try to understand the reason why. The first reason, the most obvious one, that's the easiest one to find, is the journal entry. Usually, I suggest our customer to block manual posting to avoid creating discrepancy by creating a journal entry. A journal entry is strictly affecting the journal ledger, but it's not an inventory transaction. So it will never appear on the audit report because there's no quantity, there's no, we don't mention any style. So it's just a pure value transaction or an adjustment on the amount only directly on the GL. So for sure, this one, it's an easy find. If I click on my balance, I can sort it out by origin, and I can find easily within a period, I can filter the information by posting date and display only the unreconciled transaction to reduce the amount of line that I see here. But we can find the journal entry just by going down. I don't know if I have some. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you see journal entry here. And I can see if you say I have journal entry never get reversed. Okay, here I've got 18,000 received from production. I don't think it's right. And here I've got a minus 30. So for sure, these three transaction doesn't come up at zero. So that will create a discrepancy. So this is the easiest one. Probably most of the time we can figure that out just by going into my GL and looking at my journal entry and try to track if they were reversed next month or whatever. So, but sometimes it could be quite difficult because you have thousands and thousands of lines, and that's it could be really hard to just to find the right transaction that doesn't balance with my my GL. So the myself, the only solution that I found is to try to focus. As you see today, we ain't gonna cover all the source of discrepancy or mistakes or whatever that create the variance between my GL and my audit report. But I will just mention the most, you see, there's four that the most common issue that we are experiencing with a customer that's creating variance between the two reports. The first one, we just see it, the journal entry, that's the easiest one. And the other one we'll see just by going through a tool, or I can see it. I can it's not really a tool, it's an Excel spreadsheet that we have attached directly to two specific view. And one it will extract all the detail, everything that went through my inventory GL account. So it's all coming, the source is journal entry. And the other one, it's a view that it's attached to is the source. It's the inventory transaction. It's coming from the transaction side. So everything related to good receive, good issue, receive from production, purchasing, sale, everything. It's coming from the transactional side. It's important to say that in SAP, journal entry, normally it's not necessary to write a journal entry to adjust the inventory. Unless if it's for, let's say, a provision for my year-end or for any other reason, I would suggest just maybe to create a specific GL account for that, and to avoid doing a journal entry. But it doesn't mean you cannot do it. It's just that you have to be aware that it's not. It could be a source of a potential variation between the two reports. But if you know that every time you're consistent and you do a journal entry, and the next month it's always reverse, so it can be reversed automatically if you tell the system, if you tell at the journal entry level that it's an entry that has to be reversed next month, then you avoid having an outstanding journal entry, creating a variance between the two reports. But other than that, the other one are more difficult to find. Within thousands of transactions, I cannot see any report or anything that will be easy to analyze through the SAP interface. So that's why I have created two queries. As I said, this one, inventory transaction, it focuses all the detail per transaction. So you see, it's a pivot table. So people who are familiar with Excel and the pivot table functionality, we can manipulate this report as we want. We can change the title, we can change the grouping, whatever. We can do whatever we want. And it's a view, so we can add, you see, personalized. It can be personalized according to, I don't know, if you need to have it could serve for other things also, for inventory analysis. It can serve for just as a regular inventory report. If you need to add custom field, anything, it's a view that we keep control. The audit report is it's a view that it's provided by SAP. That's good. They are extracting all data, everything that's related, that generate an inventory transaction. It's within this view, so it's out of the box from the system. It's installed in every database, SAP database, and the source of that view, it's also the view from SAP that where we add our own link to get more information than only what is provided by the view, the initial view. So this is really useful, because I know I don't have to break my head. It's the same figure you're gonna get if you extract the audit report, because the base, it's the same, the source, it's the same. And then here, the GL transaction, it's everything that's generating a journal entry. So if you have a multiple screen, which is pretty common now, but right now, if I just duplicate my my window and I put that side by side, it's easy. Then I have my inventory transaction, I have my GL transaction, and there's no reason, really no reason why this doesn't balance. It has to balance by the cent. Okay, So and as you see, it's all by type of transaction. So credit memo, it's the same amount. AP invoice, I have a discrepancy. So we'll see. We know here there's a source of potential mistake, or we have to understand exactly what was the issue of creating this variance here. This one is the same. They are all the same. I know also here on this side, journal entry, as you see, the 5,000, it's there. You're never going to see appear here. So right away, all the outstanding journal entry, I know I can deal with that. I don't need to see, I can see the detail then after, but you see all the outstanding journal entry, we know I have to reverse them or to make it at 0. So if I remove this one, let's focus only on the transactional side. I know this. Let's sort it out the same way both sides. Then it will be easier. So each and every line should balance. Okay. And if I find any mistake, I will have to dig and drill down to see what's going on. So I know here a good receipt also 7,216,000, 7,214,000. There's about 2,000 of difference here. So there's that. So I know where are my potential mistakes. So the first one we're gonna cover is the AP invoice. So let's pivot table. As I said, we can that's my design. Was in the right place, field list. So let's change this. Let's put my transaction type here and let go find, okay, it's I know where is my my issue. It's the AP invoice. So let's focus on the AP invoice first and see at what fiscal year I'm having a problem. Okay, so let's do it in my focus on my GL on the year. I do the same thing on this side too. And let's focus on the AP invoice. And and which year I don't balance. 54,000, 64. I can find here. I think it's in 2021. Yeah, okay. Here 341, 841. Okay, so I know it's 2021. So I can do the same thing here. 2021. So just to get less information, but I will go more in the details. So let's focus 2021 here, and let's take the doc number, which is the doc reference. Okay, we can change the name if you prefer to have something more. But here you see. I have a purchase, this one balance, but this one I have in my GL. I don't have it in my inventory transaction. So let's see what's going on. 587, what is the issue? So AP invoice, 587. Oh, okay, I know why. It's a service. This is a pretty common mistake also. It's an item service type invoice. So for sure, it's not an inventory transaction. I don't enter it in an item number, an item code. I don't put any quantity. There's nothing related to a style here. It's a direct posting into my GL. So for sure, it will create a journal entry, but in terms of inventory, there's no transaction. So this is to avoid to do a service invoice. It could be also in the AR side to touch a GL account, an inventory GL account, because for sure it's exact same result as doing a journal entry. So this is a pretty common mistake that we see. Another one we'll see on our other example. So now I know. So let's you see, skip a few steps, because I know my next one, it's coming from a good issue. And I know it's coming from 2019. Okay, so I did the same thing. I just focused, try to find which date, which transaction type doesn't balance. We have seen before. You see, there was an issue on the good issue side. And here I try to understand why I'm having, so let's put the same date, 2019. And also each and every line should have the same, is it a good issue? It's not on the side, so let me go back. I wanted to save some time, but let's see. Issue. Put it back. It was. So this is, I think, a good issue. Yeah, it's a good receipt. Sorry, it's a good receipt. So you see 142, 140 here. So I know if it's a good receipt. Well, let's focus on my good receipt. And try to find which transaction is creating me. It's not just to find it, but to understand exactly why. And that's really important to understand why the system reacts like this, and try to avoid or tell to people not to do the same thing. So you see, so if I go one by one here on my GL side, I have no value on my 169, my good receipt 169, and here I have 2000. So same thing. I go in my inventory, good receipt. Oh, my good receipt, 169. And I see here my 2100. Let's see. Whoop. You see here, when I do an inventory adjustment, it's okay to increase my inventory value, but the credit side should be more like a gain or a inventory variation. It should be a P&L account, not the same inventory account. I cannot because only one is adjusting the quantity and the value of inventory, not the two. The other one, finally, this is a common mistake also. It's just to review it's because the GL account determination was not done properly. Okay, so probably when we did the GL account determination, these two accounts, this one, the inventory offset decrease, inventory increase, these two is good issue, good receive. Now it's 523, gain loss inventory variance. It makes more sense. But probably when the transaction was done, it was settled as make it express. So it was settled as an inventory account. So that's why it's generating. But this is a common mistake also, not to really pay attention on GL account determination. It's really important to get the proper account. So if I'm doing another adjustment, you will see the GL account, it's really the 523. So this time I ain't gonna create a variance between my two reports. So this is two pretty common mistake, plus the journal entry. And the last one I will mention, it's the worst of the worst. Okay, so this one, it's easy to catch when it's at the beginning. Okay. But I've seen that so many times, especially with customers who have multiple inventory account. Too many GL accounts for their inventory. It's me. I'm always saying, you see, it has to be a more limited the number of accounts that you're creating. You see, raw material, it's okay. Finished good is okay. WIP, inventory in transit, that's the most common one. Sometimes we see furniture or packaging, things like this could be separated. But more than that, you see, I see sometimes you see per brand, per this, per that. It's an open door for mistake, because when you're creating the style, you have to select a specific item group, and that item group is linked to a specific GL account. But for any reason, you want to change that. So I will show you what the system will do. Try to explain without creating a new transaction. You see, my one show these to the other one. It's WIP, and we don't need to see that. So you see, AP invoice here, it's 1,000 here. Perfect. My AP invoice, it's 1,000 here. Okay. So if I go into my GL here, let's take my my transaction. It's one of the latest one. When I create my style, I have decided this is into a specific GL account. It's an inventory part and supply. So I receive, it's a cancellation. I think it's this one is the right one. So my part A, I have decided this one was a part of my part and inventory part and supply, okay, account. So the system received that 1,000 into that GL account, part and supply. So I go financial, chart of account, see, part and supply. My 1,000 is there. So I receive it, $1,000 into my inventory part and supply. And then after that, okay, finally, we have decided, okay, I don't need to create a specific GL account for that, my part and supply. And it will be included more like, I have another one, semi-finished goods. So let's put that into, so I changed the item group from inventory. I didn't change the item group, but I changed the GL account associated with the item group from inventory part and supply to semi-finished good. But my 1,000 was entered as into that GL account. And then suddenly, after having changed the GL account, I have shipped something, I think 10 units to a customer. So that will create also an inventory variance between the GL. So if I look into my inventory audit report again, what, not aging. I'm blind. And if I look just on my item group part and supply, let's just summarize that by account. So you will see how it will look. 1,000. So it enter into this account 133, but it's get out of the 134. So it's going to be really hard to balance my accounts when it's the in is in one account and the out is under another account, because right now all my inventory is under 134. So this is the worst mistake to do, because at the end it's really hard to rebalance all the GL together, because we have to replicate or to reverse what has been done, put it back the old account, do my my correction, and then change the GL account again and reverse my previous correction. So it's always a lot of transaction. It's time consuming, and if you wait too long before to correct this, it becomes just impossible to go back and to do one style at a time. So this is the worst mistake that we have seen, but I'm seeing it quite often. So the only way for customers who are it's too late to go back and then try to correct this. The only way to get a clean report then it's to because overall the inventory balance, it's just by GL, it's not the same, but overall it balance. So it's just to build a report and give you the option of extracting all your inventory data, but for the company now, you can have it by group of product. You see the same report here can help to build an inventory report. It's not only for analysis, but at the end, this is the only way to be able to get a report that balance with my GL all the time. It's or my GL together. You see, for the inventory of my company in total, not GL by GL, but in total, it will balance anyway. It's just so this is the most common mistake that or issue that we see, and to be honest, without having Excel or a tool like this, you can drop the information into Excel and do it on your own by just extracting. But this tool, what it helps, it will extract all the information from the beginning of the company without freezing the system, and you can do your analysis as you want without having to copy and paste from the system. So this is
it's a great tool, Yannick. Do you have a name for it?
I'm just analysis. I'm just naming it inventory analysis.
Okay.
So this is it's 2 views. It takes about 2 hours to install. I have many customers using it. It just needs to be adapted for everyone's chart of account. But this is just the way that we have found to try to balance all the other consultants, especially the one in the accounting side, Michel Boulet, by example. He will use a tool like this also to try to figure that out. It's within SAP, it's almost impossible without the help of Excel in this way to analyze this.
That's good to know, and to know the name of it, Yannick, because if anybody calls, the support desk should have this, and know that it exists, because I think, frankly, this is a great tool that you have, and it's really interesting.
So that's it. I don't think there's anything else to talk. It's just to be aware that, you see, when you want to do an inventory adjustment, be careful of the way the transactions are getting posted. If you really want to adjust the inventory, I would just suggest go by the inventory transaction. You see, the audit report, for me, it's the Bible. If this is the true report, this is the true value. Okay. If the GL doesn't balance with the audit report, it's the GL is wrong, not the audit report.
Okay. Sounds good. Very interesting, Yannick. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions? You can just unmute or just raise your hand if you need to ask a question. I think everybody's good. All right. Well, thank you very much, Yannick. Very interesting. And if anybody has any questions on this, reach out to me and I'll get you in contact with Yannick if he can assist you with this, with his tool. So thank you very much, Yannick. Very interesting.
Perfect. Okay.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.